Good morning, investors. Welcome to the 4th of September 2014. The trade for the day is called Standard Bank. The code is SBK. Last traded price was 139 Rand 43. Action, buy. I'm going to buy it from a low to a high, and that's a long. Entry level must be 139 Rand and 4 cents on the dotted blue line here. Target is 144 Rand. Expectation is to go to this green line here on the top of 144 Rand. Stop loss target will be 136 Rand 90. That's the red line here if it needs to occur downwards. Current open trades: CFR, Mondi, SA Breweries, AGL and Liberty Holding. Looking at the top 40 index, that's the blue line of the top 40 shares on the JSE, broken up on the 5-day moving average as well as the 20-day moving average. Looking at the Dow Jones, yesterday, that was now for Wednesday afternoon, they went up as high as 73 points positive, close to the level of the previous high of 17,140 points. Due to the Ukraine and Russia that's got a ceasefire, it didn't last long. It actually closed 10 points higher for the day, and as you can see, it's still in this bit of a sideways pattern. Big news today at 2:30 is the job figures, as well as Friday will be your non-farm payroll figures of the US markets coming out as well. So you need to keep track of it very closely, and that will come out on Friday at 2:30. Japan and Asia, they closed a bit negative this morning, about 0.3%. So expectation is, looking at the Dow futures at this moment, they're about 5 to 3 points negative. Looking at the J200, that's the top 40 index, still trading this pattern sideways. Tested previous lows here in a sideways pattern at this moment. It will track the market in American markets as well as the European markets in the short term. Looking at some shares, here's ShopRite. ShopRite broke down, breaking up here. If I'm going to call up the Bollinger Bands, it's currently trading at 148 Rand 50. The blue line is the share price. Now, here's a high, there's a low, here's a high, and that high is lower than that high. Now, it formed a low, but this low is lower than this low. So we could see a bit of a reversal happening here in the short term. The big question is, can it break this high and go higher, or can it go and break this low and go lower? Now, for it to go high, it needs to break here above the 150 level to actually see a bit of movement upwards, or breaking the middle Bollinger Band in the short term. So let's keep a close eye on the next day and two on this specific share. Mr. Price tested the new high yesterday, still in a sideways pattern, a bit of a small upward sideways pattern happening here, breaking that previous highs here, as you can see. Looking at Woolies. Now, Woolies did break up the previous day and started to test the top of the Bollinger Band as well as the top of 81 Rand 21 cents. Currently trading at 80 Rand 43 at this moment. Need to see if this is going to start be an upward channel forming back to the level of 83.66 if it breaks 81.21 in the short term. Looking at your banking shares, Barclays Bank tested the previous highs of 172.32 yesterday, currently trading at 172.25. After downward cycle, started to break up. Need to see if there's a bit of a sell-off could happen here. Looking at Standard Bank. Now, Standard Bank is still in the sideways pattern here. For this one to break, needs to break here above the 140.50 levels. Next high could be 140.91, and if it's going to break that, then you could most probably see a better reversal. But keep an eye on this middle Bollinger Band for any conclusions to happen in the short term. Looking at your MTNs, they did very well yesterday, broking a new high of 250.50. At a stage, they were trading at 251.50, 251.60. After this downward channel broke up, need to see where this direction could go. Vodacom also lifted up yesterday, going back to the 132 level, broke this 151 level as a support. Now you can actually start seeing a new channel forming here. Let me just draw it up for you so you can actually see this. There's the bottoms, and here the tops will be. So the expectation is low, high, low, high. Could it go to the 133.94? That is the big question from the current level of 132 Rand. Currently trading between the green and the red Bollinger Band, giving you a bit of a positive direction on the specific share in the short term. Looking at the IPL, that is Imperial Holdings, bit of sideways here, still no direction, still testing the 189 as a low, and current high is 190.60. African Rainbow Minerals brought out results today, had a great results that came out. Big question is, will this draw it back further on this green and purple line in the Bollinger Bands further downwards, or will we see a bit of a positive movement or shake up happening in the share, going back to this 186, 187 levels from current levels of 178.71. So Bidvest did well yesterday. Now I'm keeping a close eye on the specific share. This was the lows of 280. Yesterday it was just trading here at 296, 297, almost 6 Rand up for the day. Now the big question is testing previous highs here. Could this be now a fallback happening here, or test this highs and break higher? We'll wait for this one and the next day or two to see what the short-term direction will be. This is just a channel I'm going to draw up here, just to keep you in mind. Very close. The previous high was about 300 Rand, currently trading at 297. Enjoy your trading, and please keep note of the data that will be due very soon.